So, good morning, Marius. Welcome. So happy to have you here, and thank you very much for giving us your time.
Morning, Christelle. I really appreciate it, and thanks for your time as well.
Good. So, before we get started, Marius, do you want to just give us a quick overview of who is GoMap?
Yeah, GoMap is an accounting and tax firm where we specialize in focusing on a tailored accounting solution to help small to medium businesses grow and understand what's happening in the business financial performance and what is the profit and loss situation. And we also help implementing systems and procedures to help you grow as a business owner.
Well, that sounds very exciting. So, one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you today is I was hoping you could give us some input in terms of if I'm starting up as an entrepreneur, um, where do I start? Do I register a company immediately? What are my steps? So, over to you. Tell me a little bit about how we get started legally.
Yeah. It's a great question, Christelle, and I think it's an important question for a lot of business owners. As I've seen in the past years that I've been in practice, a lot of companies and business owners start wrong. So my advice would be, if you're not sure where you're going with the business, what is your goals, how big it's going to become, I would always recommend starting as a sole proprietor and give it like a few months, 6 to maybe 12 months, and see how the business is going. Before you start registering a company,
Can I
because
in- can I interrupt you there? So, as a sole
yeah,
proprietor, what do I need to do to register? Who do I need to register with, or is there no registration involved?
with a sole proprietor, is not really registrations involved because you work on your personal tax number, so you're already registered for tax. The only thing that you need to activate with SARS is to become a provisional taxpayer. Um, that's something we can discuss in another session. Yeah, so, but if you want to protect your name that you're going to use, you might need to trademark your name because if someone registers a company with your name that you've chosen, you have to give up your name. So if you want to protect your name, you have to trademark your name. Yeah,
So, trademark as in register with CIPC, or is there a different process to go through?
yeah, you can do it yourself via CIPC if you want to save some costs on that, or you can go through a patent and trademark attorney that can assist you with that. Yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
so
yeah.
if I take the average startup or home entrepreneur that we are dealing with today, chances are, we're not quite ready to get into the full registration and register for this and register for that. So, as a sole proprietor, what are the minimum criteria that I need to adhere to be tax compliant, to be compliant to other things? What advice do you have for us?
Your minimum requirement is at least to keep accurate records of your day-to-day transactions. So you can either, if you want to save costs, you can use an Excel spreadsheet or maybe free accounting software. But my advice would be is rather to invest in a proper accounting system like Sage Online or QuickBooks Online or Xero software, and invest in that to 300 Rand to 500 Rand a month in a proper accounting system to record your day-to-day transactions. Because that will save you a lot of time when you submit your tax return. So because you will be able to get your profit and loss from that system that you can then submit to SARS if they request a detailed profit and loss of your little side business that you're doing as a sole proprietor.
So I think that's the part that scares most of us.
Yeah.
I'm not an accountant, and I don't think I'll ever be able to be one. I feel my eyes glazing over when you talk profit and loss. so, so
Yes, yeah.
are these tools simple enough to use? And what can you provide in terms of assistance for a new person who's starting up, who could potentially get themselves into hot water if they don't know what they're doing?
Yeah. This accounting systems are very easy actually to set up and to get going on it. It's not very complicated. I also have training videos that you can follow, but we are able to also assist with that. So we can do that setup with you. We can do some training with you and show what is important to look at. So just what was the last part of the question?
Yeah, I just wanted to know if there's any specific software that you think that we need to look at. You mentioned QuickBooks Online, Sage Online, and Xero. I see you have a Xero
Yeah,
behind you. Is there a reason for
yes.
that?
Yeah, Xero for me, so I've been working on all three platforms, and Xero is one of the more advanced online accounting softwares in the world at the moment. It's taking a lot of progress over in South Africa as well. And it's easy to integrate into different apps and platforms, like, for example, an e-commerce store. So if you have an e-commerce store, it can easily integrate into your Xero package. So it directly pulls in your sales for the month from your e-commerce. So you don't have to go and separately process your invoices and things like that. And that's one of the biggest reasons I do promote Xero so much. QuickBooks also is very similar, but it's more US standard orientated than international orientated. And Sage is mostly South African orientated because it's built in South Africa and compliant in South Africa. But the integration with Sage is sometimes more difficult than on a Xero or a QuickBooks platform. Yeah.
Okay, that's very interesting. Thank you very much. If you wouldn't mind giving me the information, I'll put it in the description below. I think that's all we have time for in this segment. But you can see in the top right hand corner there, you've got Marius's information, you've got email address, and you obviously have the website address there as well. And you're
Yes.
welcome
Yeah.
to contact Marius through me. So Marius, thanks very much. And I look forward to our next one. The next one we're going to be discussing, I think, is going to be the tax differences.
Yes, that's
Eek.
correct. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Okay. I'll see you there.